so we can go through it in a bit. I'll also post the Facebook questions that we have so we can just go through that.
All right. And as you know, just be checking the Facebook chat from time to time.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Have everything in check.
All right.
I should probably open up the Zoom chat just in case as well. Have this on the side.
I'm gonna post every question on Facebook there.
All right.
Hey, Patricia.
Hi, everyone. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Charlie, Patricia, Martin, and Marvin. Who's new to the tech calls? Because I don't recognize some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm new as well.
What's up,
Awesome.
Charlie?
Welcome to the tech call.
And just for the new people again, any question is a good question, no matter how small or big. Just keep that in mind. And if at any time you have questions during one of the questions, because this is all just good information to have in general, then just let me know.
Yeah, you can also, of course, post your questions on the chat box. So if you have any questions, I'll make sure to just type it in there.
All right, so let's begin. The first question we have is from Nadia Gainer. When I create my template, get ready to start my booth. A different template keeps showing up. Why is that? All right. So I'm just gonna make sure, because I know I realized this for, if you're not accustomed to Darkroom, give me a second. So whenever you actually click on one of these events on the left side, you sometimes the output screen will pop up first. Well, say output, but you're actually on screens. That's the confusing part. I'm trying to see if I can cause it to happen. Let me close Darkroom and reopen it. Trying to see if I could get that little thing to pop up. I think for the new update, there was a new update on Darkroom. I will say that, guys. So if you just received your booth, make sure to update Darkroom. It came out not that long ago, probably like a day or two. So just keep that in mind. I think that fixed that situation. But here's the fix your confusion. So for like legit the last update, whenever you click on these events, it will say that you're on your output screen on the top, or you're actually on your screens. So if you edit a template here, but it says output on top, you're actually on your screens, not your template. Keep that in mind. That is a little confusing at the start, but in the new update they just released, it seems like they fixed the situation. But here it is. So most likely what you were editing is actually your screen template. So that's what probably pops up right when you start the booth. But whatever gets printed out, you have to click up here, then go to output, and this is what's getting printed out. I would say double check that just to make sure that's not what's going on. Unless you mean the screens template. Yeah. Hopefully just let's hope that confusion is not too confusing, but yeah, just double check that. And then is she on the call?
Or Nadia,
also if you
no, I'm not sure right now.
I'm on Facebook Live too.
I'm not able to see the people.
Oh no, but like the chat.
Oh no, not yet. James Corona said hi.
Hi, James. All right. Well, Nadia, again, if you have any questions with that, again, that's happened a few times. Just let us know. Again, you can always reach out to support@photoboothint.com if that's still popping up, but just double check what your screens and your output is. Output is what prints out, so it should be this screen. Screens is what's being shown, which is this. So if I start booth, it'll be that. All right, next question is from Dominique. Where do your GIFs or burst save to, or what's the proper way to save them? So where your GIFs, for GIFs, again, they're like burst sessions as well. Just check, it's just a little quick video. Where they actually save to is the quickest way to get there is go to whatever event you're on, go to your prints tab. You're gonna right click just any picture, doesn't matter. And then you're gonna go into where it says open containing folder. I did a test GIF earlier just for this to happen too. And now up here to where you see where it says ed underscore 000011. This should be a different ed. So click that. Then it'll just take you back a folder, and you're going to click on videos. And here's where all your GIFs will be saved to. These are all different GIFs I made just to get like a videos tab going on. Now to save them, so far I was trying to look into that as well. Honestly, I don't see why Darkroom doesn't save it in its own folder. So the only way to save them from what I see here, well, actually there was one way. Was it? I did also look into some Darkroom guides as well, because for saving specific GIFs, I did see that they clicked on copy originals to enable animations right here, where it says that. And after they checked box those two, now all the originals will be saved to the designation. I couldn't get this to work on, I could not get this to work with supposing that's what they said is the way to copy it over. Is from make sure that copy originals to is check marked, make sure enable animations is on. And in settings, make sure enable boomerang is also on. If this seems familiar, this is the same way as you do for photo of the phone. So yeah. So that's how they say to say it. Oh my God. They say to save it. I would say if you can, just let me know if that fixes your issue, but don't, so far the only way I can find was by containing folder, ed011 videos, and then just copy all these and drag it onto your USB. Hopefully
Welcome,
that
Matthew.
hopefully that solves your issue. Oh yeah, I should probably check if there's any new chats.
Yep, I'm on it. No worries.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if someone texts right now. I'm on top. All right. So Dominic, hope that fixes your situation. I would say you should try out the copy originals too first. Just set it to where you want to save it to. Going next. Thomas Walsh, how do you delete photos from an event? So the way you delete photos from an event, yeah. So whenever you actually delete an event, you actually get the prompt of, let me not delete that. You're gonna get a prompt of whenever you right click the event and then click on remove event, you get this prompt that says delete the picture files as well. So you can remove it like that. But for me, sometimes I feel like that doesn't really save it, because there was a time whenever I deleted the event and I went to the folders of Darkroom Booth. And to get your folder, just make sure Darkroom Booth is open, go to this PC, and then you'll see, you'll see your X drive. Whatever your X drive is, that's what Darkroom is at. And now this is where you can actually double check that those pictures did get fully deleted. So anything that's a number like this, the 201 or 202, these are actually the events. So if you double click it, you'll see the different EDs. Remember that ED11 was this one right here. So that's the GIF event. So double click the second one, ED011 videos, then you'll see the GIF pictures from here. Then goes for photos. Yep. So what I would recommend doing is just going through these one by one. Sometimes you'll get these multiple EDs, you can't find anything. Eventually some will pop out, but for this one, nothing's on here because the only pictures I have is on the GIF. But I would double click the event that I'm on, well, in the folder, double click the ED, then go to videos, delete all the videos if these are already useless. Same goes for photos, just select them all and clear them out.
Mhm.
And that's how you properly, that's one of the ways to make sure that Darkroom does delete your pictures, because sometimes they do not, even after you delete the events. Or if you accidentally just clicked on delete event, but didn't delete the picture files, people will accidentally remove the event and just press remove and not click on delete the picture files as well. But if you did that on accident, then just go through your Darkroom folder, X drive, go through each event till you find that one event. Keep it, I don't want to delete that yet. All right. Hopefully that fixes your situation. Again, any questions, support@photoboothint.com. And the next question we got is, where's the best place to get screen templates? So this one I can't find. So the best place to get screen templates, you have a few options here. You can either make your own, which is Canva. People make their own templates for free as long as you know how to do it. But yeah, you can make your free templates here in Canva. There's a free plan, then there's a pro plan. I would recommend getting the pro plan because it has a lot more options. Do I have stuff here? Oh no, this is my free one. Oh hey, sign me in. Neat. Give me a second. Never
I did
actually,
post the link here on the chat, just so if anyone is interested in going to the site, and as well as the article, of course.
I'll show the other templates, but yeah, so you can actually make your own templates in Canva. So let me see. I think this thing is blocking me. It's been a minute. I'm just gonna click on a poster. Oh yeah, I don't think on the pro plan I can change the size of it. No, not on the medium one.
You can, you should be able to.
Don't sass me, pal. No, it's on the top right. It's getting blocked by the chat box. Give me a second. Yeah, there it is. So whenever you click on the top right where it says create design, you're gonna get the width and height. A way to get the width and height of the template. Oh my, now it's on the bottom. Now it's bothering me. Give me a second. I'm just gonna minimize that. All right. So, and here's one way where you can get the sizes of it. I'm pretty sure you can also change it to inch. Yeah, you can. So for, let's say your 2x6 is pretty straightforward. Just a 2x6 template. So 2 inches wide, height is 6 inches. So now this is how you make a 2x6 template. Just type in 2x6, pretty straightforward. Create new design. And here's your little blank canvas. Let me turn this off. This is something different. Okay. So right now, here's where we can actually start making your own 2x6 template. So if you see on the left, you'll see elements, stuff like that. You can add shapes, graphics that Canva provides. Here's the free ones. So Canva provides copyright-free templates. I mean, copyright-free, what do you call those? Graphics. Thank you, pal. But yeah, so here on the left, you can find graphics, you can find stickers for animations, but the animations obviously won't print out. That's for whenever you're actually making an animation onto your mirror booth, or if you want black tie, white tie, same thing. That's where animations would come in handy. So you can also make your own animated, well, touch here screen thing from Canva as well. But obviously it's not all things are here because there's some of these things that you need Canva Pro. Let me see if I can find one. Normally there are the animations.
Say happy birthday.
I could say happy birthday. Eventually one will pop out. Oh yeah, here it is. So you see some of these things are locked behind the pro account. So I can't use this unless I have pro because there's watermarks. But yeah. Again, but even then the pro version, how much does it cost? It's pretty, not that expensive from what I remember. You start a free trial. So you can start a free trial, see if it's working out for you. If it's not, you could always make your own template through Darkroom booth. But yeah, so this from here on out is just to make your own template from on the left where it says elements, go through pictures, find your background, stuff like that. What can I find out? Yeah. So that's your 2x6. And again, anytime you're making any of these templates, I find custom.
The custom, the bottom one.
Oh, did I miss it?
Very bottom. The very bottom, just bottom of that.
Oh,
there.
All right. So, and same goes for inches. If it's a 4x6, 4x6. But now, if you're trying to make a screen, what do you call those? If you're trying to make like an actual template of like a screen template, so like an animation or just like an animation or just a simple template. Then this is where you're gonna have to use pixels. So just keep in mind if you're a black tie, white tie, Chloe, no, black tie, white tie is different. I'll get to that in a second. But more or less for screen templates, you have to make sure you match the pixels with just how big your screen is. To get the size of your screen, you're just gonna right click on your desktop on an empty space, go to display settings, then you'll see the display resolution is 1920 by 1080. So that's whatever your screen size is, that's what you have to make the size of this. I mean, that's weird, I cannot say that. But yeah, so for this, I will put 1920 by 1080, create new design. And now I have this will fill up my whole darkroom screen and it'll make it look nice, stuff like that. From here on out, now you can actually make animated templates if you're on a black tie, white tie, Chloe, stuff like that. But for mirrors, the way you make a well, actually mainly for mirrors. For mirrors, you normally just change the attract mode screen. And for that, you actually make it 1080 by 1920. That's your attract mode size. That's the mirror size specifically, not any of the Chloe's or horizontal ones. But yeah.
And as Linda, sorry, go ahead. And as Linda Chow mentioned on Facebook, it's the 2x6 is also labeled as bookmark in Canva.
but yeah, so just keep in mind, I'm just trying to brush over this a little quick because Canva does get a lot more in depth. But what I would recommend doing is just looking up like on YouTube, Canva animation tutorial where they can be more
Mhm.
specific on what it does, stuff like that. Just look up tutorials on YouTube and they'll be a lot more in depth than what I'm doing. That's just a quick brush around. All right, let me go to the next question. I can close this. Lost track. Oh, from Yolanda Williams. Hello, keep getting an error message stating FFmpeg file. FFmpeg cannot be downloaded securely. If I may ask, okay, so just making sure the whatever the file type, it cannot be downloaded securely. By that, do you mean like is she on? Oh yeah, she was just on chat, right?
Yeah, she's on Facebook chat. She mentioned if she accidentally changed the file format on the boost screen, how do you get it back to the default one?
I'm just trying to think of what it is. So Yolanda, are you like getting this from your save out, like from Darkroom, like in Darkroom, or are you trying to download like a picture off of Google? Just trying to confirm it. I think you mean by in Darkroom, and for that, is she typing? No, she's also on the Zoom call.
She isn't on Zoom call.
Oh, she isn't. Thought she
Yeah,
just.
on Facebook.
Oh, you typed it. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so Yolanda, hopefully you can specify on the file type. Let's get into that a little bit later and just continue on. Again, send us a picture or like a loom on support at photobooth.int. Just trying to confirm it, but let me try to figure that out. So I think what you have on is save output 1 and 2, most likely. Save output 1 or copy originals 1, either or. The one thing to make sure that of what you're doing is if you had like an old browse and this was set to like a USB, you'll get an error because it can't find that directory. So just make sure that you don't have like save output 1 or copy original 1. Did she type?
So yep,
I'm not trying to
she
download
did.
the FF file. What? Download the FF that file required for video. I don't know what it means by FF that file because it's required for
Yeah.
video.
Just so we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
look
I'm just
into
gonna
it
brush it.
further, Yolanda. Yeah. Just please do send us an email. Let me send her email there.
Yeah, and we'll try to get more in detail. I'm just gonna go on to your next question. How do you give the option to have the customer have the photo sent to their phone or print without the printer? Just printing no matter what the selection is. Oh, so without the printer, just printing no matter what the selection is. Just trying to think. Okay, so I'm just gonna, what's your second question? It's a little worded differently, but I'm just gonna, I think this is what you mean. So photo to the phone. And if you don't want it to print, just take off the print photo. But if you're trying to give them the option to either print or do digital, then have print photo on, have photo the phone on. And then you're gonna go onto your text tab. And in your text tab, you're gonna make sure that you have copies prompt is set to before session. Make sure your e-delivery prompt is set to after session. And now this is what's gonna happen. You start the booth, you press on continue, just start normally. So right here, this is the, I know what it says, how many copies would you like? So if you're only trying to, oh, hold on. I don't have my mouse showing. I don't have a touch screen. Give me a second. Okay. So if you're only trying to do a digital only, like if you're trying to give the customer, but the customer says they don't want prints, they only want digital, then you will press cancel here. And now after it goes through the whole session, turn my camera. After it goes through the whole session, it's going to ask you for the phone number. They put in the phone number. And yeah, that's an only digital event. And if they want prints, just click on 1, 2, or 3, how many prints you want. Now just make sure the customer doesn't press 8. That's all I could say. But yeah, let's just hope for no accidents to happen there. But yeah, so that's how you do that's how you give the customer the option either do digital or just do prints. Have that set before. If they only want digital, press cancel. If they want prints and text, just click on one of the prints. And yeah, press one copy, 2 copies, stuff like that. And that's how you give the option From
Mhm.
Linda, she says, I was testing out the animation feature, not the burst, and want to know how I can get the photo and the GIF sent via text. Or is it because hold on, or is it because I checked the animation box that the photos were only delivered as a video GIF versus a GIF and a video?
I'm here on Facebook Live. Hi, man.
Is Jaime here?
Yep.
Oh, what's up, Jaime? All right. And as we all know, Jaime does do one-on-one training. I'm gonna pull up. He's gonna plug him real quick. Just shouting him out. Photo booth doctor. Trying to remember. I have the website. Oh my. Like it now, pal.
Again, while
I already pulled it up. It's too late now.
yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So on our support article, you can get one-on-one training with Jaime. Just talks about what it's going to cover. If you click on the website, which is www.photoboothDoctor.com, here you can actually see his packages, stuff like that. But Jaime is a really great teacher, and he has a lot of people knowing him. I don't know, everyone knows him on Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
And I also plugged in on the chat the link for a warranty, especially for new guys. I cannot stress this enough. Warranty is really, really important. We do have 2 years, 5 years, and lifetime. We cover anything from accidental things like customer dropping water or any liquid, any mechanical wires, anything in your booth, really.
again,
Especially if it's lifetime.
yeah, and just keep in mind, anytime at these events, you're always running the risk of your photo booth being damaged. I will say that. As you know, people don't really take care of other people's items. So as Pal said, if someone were to damage it, it's pretty common from the events I go to. It's rough. But yeah, that's the one thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
always a good feeling that you know that you're covered.
People cannot handle their liquor. Anyways, yeah, just keep that in mind. It's always good to have, and you can always just check it out. All right, let's continue on. Sorry, Linda. So give the option to have the customer and the photos into their phone or print without printing. No, I already passed that. So setting up the animation feature. The animation feature, I believe she's talking. Oh, I muted myself. Give me a second. The animation feature, I believe she's talking about the, well, just burst session, but on the photo to phone, I think, enable animations. Know how I can get the photo and the GIF sent via text, or is it because I checked the animation box that the photos were only delivered as a video / GIF versus a GIF and a photo? Okay, so one thing to keep in mind, I think this is what you mean. I'm just got a little confused by the wording. So I'm taking it, guess it's like the template. The template is coming out as like the GIF template that you have it set to, rather than the output template, because you want them to have the photos. But if they do a GIF session, you want to have like a different template. I think that's what you mean, maybe. If I didn't get that right, hopefully that can fix your issue, but this is how you do it. So whenever you're setting up the GIF, I'm just gonna talk about how to set up a GIF session for the new people as well. So it's just good to have. I did make a GIF event here. So to make a GIF, what's that? A GIF booth or a photo booth, both. How you give the options? So you're gonna edit whatever screen template you're on. Or down the chat. And you're gonna have like whatever template or screen template you're on, you have to make sure you have like buttons. These buttons can either be like a circle. If you go down here in the bottom, you'll see where it says add shape. It could be any of these shapes that they have, or you could also add an artwork, like a cutout image. Maybe if you grabbed it from some type of PNG website, or like a clip picture, whatever. You could also go from here. It'll be the exact same way, just set it up the same. All right. So to make these shapes, you're gonna click on add shape, just gonna do a circle, and down right here where it says when shown, for me, I like to change it to start with instructions and hide during session, just so the button does disappear after you click on start. It just bothers me that buttons are there. And then right here where it says booth command, this is how you set up the button. It even says on screen button right here. If you click on this command, you'll see the drop down of everything you can do. You You could do grayscale, which is just black and white filter. Retro is like a weird, it's a weird filter. Sepia kind of like a orange tint, or you can toggle through each filter. Here you can see where a start session. I always recommend having a start session button as well, just so you give the customer an option to either do a picture, like a normal session, or a GIF session. So that's how you also make a start session, which I'll make. Before GIF, it's going to be burst session right here. Press OK. And then just press OK. And now this button right here, oh yeah. If you go up here where it says text, here you can also add like the text of what you want the button to say. So you just type in GIF, pretty straightforward. You can here, you can change the font. I'm just gonna go for bubblegum. The font size, and just make sure that it's centered right here. So center button, and make sure that the vertical alignment is set to middle. Press OK. And now this is your GIF button. So now whenever you press this button, it'll start a GIF session. And just so another setting we also have to set up, which I'll get to in a second. And just make sure as well, if you also want to have the option of just doing a normal session, just make sure you add a button that add a booth command that's just a start session. That's cancel session. There you go. I'm not going to align it. Now that you have the button set up in your screens, now you're going to go into video. Make sure boomerang is set check marked, and right here is where you actually add the. Did I get any text? No. Okay. So here in the video session where it says template, this is actually where you add your GIF template. So you're going to click on choose. And now right here is where you would choose your GIF template, but always make sure it's like a big number 1, kind of like this prop sample, because it has to kind of, since it's a video, a GIF, you want it to be kind of covering the whole, like the whole template.
The whole thing.
Yeah, thank you, Val. And it's, I mean, yeah, so if, let's say I go with this 1, 2, 3, the GIF will only pop up in the number 1 section, but 2 and 3 will just be, well, 2 and 3, and it won't look good. So just for an example, I'm just going to do this one right here, the gram 4x6, temporary, but it works out. So this is just a big 1 in the middle. Now this is what the GIF is going to be sent out as. And now that you got the boomerang checkbox done, you got your template for your GIF set up. Now you're going to go back to your output tab. We're almost done. Right here where it says photo to phone, if you're sending through text, which everyone sends through text. Right here, you have to make sure enable animations is on. Go to settings, make sure enable boomerang is on, MP4, press OK, and then press OK. And now if the customer chooses just a normal session, the output template, which is this one, I have it set to the Corral template, this one right here. That's what's going to be sent out as a normal photo. But if the customer clicks on the GIF option, it will be sent as whatever I set this template down here, which is gram 4x6. And if you're doing email as well, just do the same as photo to phone. Enable animations is on. Go to enable boomerang, MP4, press OK, and you're all set. And that's how you set up a GIF template. Hopefully that's what you meant. Oh, hey, Linda, you actually typed. Thank you, pal.
Yep.
So, okay, so say the customer liked the 3 photos they took, they want it in the strip photo size and the GIF. Can it be sent at the same time?
I guess I can answer this one.
Yeah, I'll let you answer.
Well, there's gonna be 2 sessions, Linda. Obviously, since first one would be, let's say, the photos, which is the strip. If they clicked on the regular photo, and if you have that set up, so, and then they can just place in their number in there, and then of course the second one for the GIF or the boomerang. Then they could just type in their number again, so they should be receiving it, but it's not really gonna be like at the same time or in one text.
Thank you, pal. Hopefully
Hope
that
that
answers
answers
your
your
question.
question.
All right, let's move on to the next one that we have is from, you gotta scroll back up, give me a second. Oh, and Linda also had another question, not really tech related, but I'm having the hardest time putting the booth back in the box without worrying about damaging the screws. Wow. Pal, would you like to answer this one?
Yeah. What's your booth, Linda?
She has a white tie.
Oh, white tie. All right. Let me just go back to the question again. All right, need to scroll up. Quite a bit of questions that we have today. Not really tech related, but I have now spun back with worrying about damaging the exterior or screen of the mirror tree. Try to put an extra foam, but it makes the box not close right. All right. Well, with that, Linda, of course, we would advise you just laying out the booth first. Let's say if you have a carpet, um, or anything soft that you can lay the booth on while you're disassembling it. We would recommend that. So once you're just collapsing the booth, you can just place it on again the carpet or any textured surface that won't really scratch the booth or won't really harm it, and then you can just place it all back, safely in the case. So that shouldn't. Yeah, that's I guess one of the ways that I would advise.
I'm also trying to think of what she meant by she's having a hard time because she's scared of like breaking the screen, I think. Well, just keep in mind
Screen?
on the road cases that we have, I don't know. For me, I never had a hard time putting it in. I will say that. Try putting extra foam, but it makes the box not close. Just keep in mind if the white tie shipped out like that, and as you know, shipping can be kind of rough, and there was no damage on the booth whenever it arrived. Just keep that in mind that it did protect it. It may seem like it might damage the booth, but it won't. Just trust that it won't, because it won't. The road case is just powerful at this point. Next question is from Dominique. Where do we check to see how many prints we have left in a roll of paper in the printer? So if you have, well, the Symphonia, the RX1, the S40s, or the other one, I forgot. Do we have another one? Anyways, just whatever printer you have. You're gonna go on the top right to where it says global settings. Go into printer options. Give me a second. I don't have a printer added. I'm gonna add Symphonia. All right. So let's say you have a printer in here. In your printer options, you're gonna double click the printer. Then right in the bottom where it says status, you'll see the lifetime, so how many prints you have left. Well, right here where it says remaining, sorry. Right here will say how many prints you have remaining. There you go. And the media, the status, stuff like that. So that's how you check how much prints you have left. From Matt Gordon. Why even though I have it set to 1 copy, it prints 2 of the 2x6 prints. So why it prints 2 of the 2x6 prints? Here's why. So for the printer paper that you have, I'm assuming you might have the Symphonia or the S40. Oh yeah, also does that for the RX, I believe. So the printer paper is actually a 4x6 printer paper. So since it's a 4x6 printer paper, if you're trying to cut 2x6, it just cuts the 4x6 in half. So it's forced to print out 2, even though it's just supposed to be 1, if that makes sense. Since the paper is a 4x6. So that's why it
I
prints out
believe
2.
I believe he has a DS40.
Matt, that's how most printers are. I mean, even with the Symphonia or stuff like that, it just cuts a 4x6 in half, and that's why you get 2 prints. So the default is 2 prints. Next question we have is from Dominique again. Hi, Dominique. Oh, I already answered that. Wait, did I go down or up?
We do have a question. Let me answer this from Marvin Clark. Do you have to remove ink rolls from RX1 printer after event or for travel? Yeah, we do really recommend just removing the ink and paper on your printer while you're traveling, and you do have that pink foam that you can place in. And yeah, we do have an article on that, and of course I'll
I'm
have
pulling it
that
up.
posted in.
Yeah, I'm already pulling it up.
Just so it won't really damage the printer, because we had events that we had tech calls with Richie and the customer, that they're not really like removing the media kit inside the printer, and it damaged it over time.
Let me fix this. But yeah, so you always remove the anytime you put your booth or your printer in the car or whatever you drive, always transporting. Always make sure you do take out the paper and ink, just so. Oh, and you should have received a piece of foam that came with the printer. That piece of foam goes inside back to where it was. Again, there's some videos in here that explains it. But yeah, you would just make sure that you put the foam that protects the header in the same spot it was before. And always make sure you do clean out your paper tray after the event. Well, no, before transportation in general. So on the paper catcher, I don't know what you call them, but in the paper catcher, you always have to make sure you dump that out, because if any of those little tiny trash paper goes inside the header or the cutter, then it might actually damage the printer and it might mess up your future. Well, I just might mess up the printer completely.
Sense, yeah.
So always make sure you do clean out the paper tray before transporting your printer at all. So at the event, before the event, as long as there's no paper in that tray, go ahead and pack it up.
And this goes for all printers, right, Richie?
Yes, for every single printer you're ever going to work with. You always got to make sure you clear out. In this video that we have in this article, they'll show you on how to, like, every printer has this, but just going to have to clean it out. All right. Next question we have is from Alexis Cardona. How can you add the designs on the whole screen on the mirror too? Like glitter and other designs when taking pictures, I'm sorry. How can you add designs to the whole screen on the mirror too when like in photo booth mode? All right. So as you also on Canva, you have to, for mirrors, for you, the size is 1080 by 1920. For horizontal screens like the Chloe, and the primes, it's 1920 by 1080. Just kind of flip around. Now, if you're just trying to do like one of these, like these photos right here, you have to make sure that, here, give me a second. Let me make a whole new one. Choose. So whenever you're making a whole new screen template, you have to make sure that the option set to vertical. The template size to scroll all the way up, but it should just be automatically selected, the 1080 by 1920. And now you'll see that this is actually a vertical work thing. But yeah, this is where you can actually make your mirror 2, mirror 3, any vertical screens to cover the whole booth. Same goes for animations. As you saw in Canva, you have to make sure that the size of it is also 1080 by 1920 if you are making your animations for your attract mode screen. And to actually install your animations, I'm also going to get through that. Once you actually have your animations in check. So if you want to install your animations for your mirror booth event, you'll never have to change anything here. The only thing you'll ever edit in your screen template for your any mirror animations or just animations in general is your input. So input is where you actually type in your phone number. For mirror 2s, mirror 3s, you'll see that whenever people type in their phone numbers, it'll be automatically set to the bottom. People always put that to the top because you don't want people crouching down to type in their phone number or stuff like that. So to fix that, you're going to edit the screen mirror template, click on add up here, go into where it says input. Then right here where it says position and size, make sure X is 0 and Y is also 0. Press OK. And now you see like an invisible box. Now, anytime someone types in their phone number, it'll be on the top. All right, getting that out of the way. So now let's say you want to add your animation that you made from Canva, which is a video file, an MP4 file. You're going to go into device control. Right here where it says attract mode, this is the touch here screen. So just showing you all again. This touch here screen, that's the attract mode video. You're just going to edit it and click on update. Oh, yeah, sorry. Before I do anything, always remember to duplicate your events. I'm throwing that out there because I realize there are some new people. If you're going to be editing your mirror boost sample event, always make sure you make a duplicate of it, because if this gets lost, it's just a hassle to reinstall it. So duplicate the event, change the name of whatever that event is, and now you can edit this. So edit the attract mode, update, go to browse. And now this is where you have to find your MP4 file, which is just a video file. So you grab it from your USB, just make sure it's put in, double click that video, and now it will be automatically set to this. And now whatever you made in Canva will be the touch here screen. And like glitter and other designs. Also, when taking pictures, old photos show up on icons 1, 2, 3, not current photos. Oh, so I know what you mean, I think. So on your, yeah. So if you're on the mirror 2 and you're trying to, you want to use this, like just a normal screen template for Boost, where you actually have buttons and stuff like that to mess with. This 1, 2, 3, 4, that's just to show the customer their pictures, their old pictures. If you don't want it there, all you got to do is just right click it and no, I'm blanked out. So you do kind of need this just to tell this event how many pictures you want, obviously. So for this, it takes 4 photos, but the output will come out as 3. Anyways, if you just don't want this popping up at all, just double click it, go where it's go to where it says options right here. When shown, click on edit, change this always visible to hidden, never visible. Press OK, press OK. And now whenever you save it, start the booth. Now you see on the left, it won't pop up at all. It's taking pictures on the left, but it's not showing. But that's just to show the customer how the pictures looked. Hopefully that fixes your situation. We're coming close to the end of our, yeah, we're probably gonna have to increase training. All right, so how do I start the booth in Darkroom to see my mirror boost transition videos without connecting the camera?
Yeah, when I click start booth, it says that camera could not be initialized. I'm just trying to preview my videos, you know, touch here, 3, 2, 1, smile. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're just, it's just so you can adjust your camera.
Yeah, I just want to preview what videos are on the mirror between photos, you know.
Oh, so like you're using the animation, but you want to have like that image preview. So like right after it takes a picture, it shows the customer the picture.
So you had it up earlier when this.
Yeah, this correct.
So click start booth.
Yeah.
I cannot see this on my computer. It says that the camera cannot be initialized, so it's showing me an error message, and it won't show me that preview that you just saw.
Oh, then that's just a camera issue. So again, we also have an article for this. The article is just called Frozen Booth. It talks about the camera. So if you're having issues with your camera not initializing, stuff like that, I should probably change the name.
Well, I don't have my camera yet, so I was just trying to preview it before, without my camera hooked up at all.
Oh, well,
that's not possible.
It's not possible. The event, any of your events actually won't preview it at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that. Yeah, so if you go to the beach theme, start the booth, it won't pop up. You do actually have to have a camera plugged in.
Okay, understood.
It's all good. Sorry, man. All right. Hopefully that will fix your issue. Next one.
So we do have one question. Let me this for Juanita Jimenez. She's a new member. She mentioned what was the purpose of duplicating of an event. So just the main purpose of it, Juanita, is just not to mess up any settings. Just treat it as a template for you. So if you just duplicate it, you'll just work on the duplicate one. If you just mess any settings on it, you can just duplicate the original one, so you don't you don't really start from scratch.
You know what? I could give you the example right now, actually. So let's say you're on the mirror booth and you're like, oh no, I messed up and changed all your attract mode, your video, stuff like that on the sample one. So I'm gonna do that to myself. Sorry about that. Don't do what I'm doing. So the reason why is if I can't get to these sample mirror booth events, you cannot find these videos again. So all that touch here screen, stuff like that, you will not be able to find it. But I'm also going to show you how to fix that if you actually lose the mirror booth event. I'll get to that in a second. So right now I lost the mirror booth event. Oh no, I have no animations. I'm missing everything and I can't grab the videos back because Darkroom won't allow you to grab those videos back. There's a way to fix it though. Give me a second. Or like the beach theme, let's say you like the specific layout, because I do see some people, they like to just change the background, change the text because all the fonts there, stuff like that. So let's say you change the background, stuff like that. I don't know. It's like as Pao said, it's like a template to come back to just for if you have any issues. But the main one that normally people deal with is the mirror booth animations, because those animations are good. What people just do is they change the attract mode, the touch here screen, to like the whatever the event theme is. But yeah, that's why you have to duplicate these events. It makes your life easier, so you don't have to deal with that. These are always like a backup. All right, but let's say, hey, I deleted my mirror booth event. Now I want those videos back. So the way to actually fix it, this is for anyone. This is just good information to have. You're gonna go. You're gonna actually have to go to the Darkroom website on your booth. It's just Darkroom booth. Just click on the first one. Go up here to where it says support. Go to Help Center. Go to Darkroom booth. Scroll down. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, you see why it's just nice to duplicate your events so you don't have to keep doing this, but it's always just an easy way. Oh, sorry. So whenever you scroll down, you have to stop by, let me turn this off. That's not what you're saying. All right. And scroll down until you get to the Mirror Booth article. You're gonna click on it. And right here to where it says the Mirror Booth sample template update, you're gonna download the V, which stands for vertical. So download Mirror Booth V. Click on download. Now the screen template for the Mirror V is being downloaded. Actually, you know what? I could probably grab it from before. Yeah. Also, sometimes people have accidents with their mirror. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah. So now that you downloaded this, just copy it, go to your OS, your X drive, sorry. Go to boost screens, and then just paste it here. This also just, oh yeah, this also adds like the new update for, well, not new update, but like just a template update if you like preview images as well. So it's just nice to have an updated one. That's only if you want previews specifically. Now in Darkroom, you're gonna just create a new event. Name it mirror. Oh, let's see. All right, click on choose. Go to Mirror V, click on choose again. Click on new event. Come on. So now that you made the new mirror event, it transferred all these settings from your old one. So now if I go to device control, the videos are here. So I brought back the old mirror event, basically. Start the booth, everything just runs through normally. And that's how you fix that. This should also have the, yeah. So in this also template update, you get, as you know, there's a lot more different things. So Darkroom automatically set the template update to have the phone on top. These 1, 2, 3, 4s, these are actually preview images. So in between photos, it'll show you a picture of, well, what it took if you like preview images. But if you don't like the preview images, because sometimes they just take up some time, which I understand, you can just delete them from here and just save. And yeah, that's how you bring it back. But again, it's just easier to duplicate events. Just always duplicate it. Yikes. Hopefully that answered your question. Let me continue on with the questions because we do have a lot and we should be closing soon. I'm gonna try to go through all these. Let's make it a blast. How can you add designs to the whole screen on the mirror too? Like, all right, how do I start the booth without connecting the camera? Purchase templates there on my computer, but they won't show up when I try to add templates. Oh yeah, I did skip a question earlier. So if you like to also buy templates, you could use Fiverr. Just type in photo booth strips. So what do you think, pal?
Yeah, photo booth strips, photo booth templates.
Just photo booth template, I assume.
Yeah, even on Google, there's like a few websites that sell templates. Even on Darkroom.
Yeah. Also, Darkroom also has their own. I think it's called Darkroom. Actually, we have an article on this too. We have an article as well on output. Oh, actually, for the next person that had that question too, they said for Marvin Clark, I purchased templates there on my computer, but they won't show up when I try to add templates. So this article is especially for you as well. So this can answer 2 questions. So right here on the how to make an output template install on Darkroom, it shows how to make a simple template, but it also shows how to install a template if you bought it. So this goes through the steps on how to install that template that you just bought onto Darkroom. I would say watch that video and that'll solve your problem, Marvin. And right here's also some websites. Here's Canva, how to use Canva, where you can buy templates, Darkroom templates, just takes you to the darkroomtemplates.com. Oh, okay. Fiverr, and there's also Etsy. Hopefully that answers both y'all's questions on where to get them and also how to install them onto this article. Pal, if you can post that link, Alright.
I'm on it.
And
Yeah,
we are out
I
of
did send that
time.
earlier.
Oh, did you? We are out of time, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through these questions real quick. How do you have a separate button for GIFs? I actually did answer that already. Perfect.
Mhm.
So the separate button for GIFs, as y'all saw earlier, just a different button. Make one button a booth command for burst session. Have the other button as a start session. So that should have answered your question from earlier. Next question was from Omar Carranza. How do I add attraction like a video? I also did talk about that earlier in the call. These on accident.
Yeah, you
So
did.
for attract mode, you go to device control on your mirror booth. Always make duplicates. I told you that. Device control. Here where it says attract mode, you'll just change the edit, update, browse, double click that video that you have. If you have it on USB, make sure you drag it onto like your desktop or something. Just double click the MP4 file. And then just press OK. And now the attract mode screen will be changed. From Yolanda, I accidentally changed the file format on the boost screen. How do I set it back to default? The file format on the boost screen. I don't know what you mean by the file format on the boost screen. If you, I think that was from earlier. All right. But yeah, so I would say, just send us, Yolanda, just send us a support, send us a take, oh my, send us a link to support at photoboothint.com, just showing the problem and also talking throughout the video, explaining what's going on. And we'll set up like a tech call or just solve your question right away if it's, something I just didn't understand. Next one was from Linda. Oh yeah, no, sorry. From Yolanda again. I was in Darkroom. I was trying to download the FF file. Oh. Again, Yolanda, just send us an email to support at photoboothint.com. From Patricia, how do we set the printer to cut a 4x6 with no trim left? I think what you mean by no trim left, just making sure. And output right here, this is how you change the, can change it somewhere else though. On your output, if you want to change the size of what prints out, right here where it says print photo 2x6, change it to 4x6, and then choose a 4x6 template.
No, when I'm putting it on my
Yeah.
printer, it's cutting off, it's putting a little bit of the white on there. So I don't know if it's because
Yeah.
I moved it with the ribbon in there. Do I need to take the ribbon off and put it back on?
No, yeah, I was actually gonna get to that because I do that does happen whenever you do transfer your printer. Again, sometimes it can be fixed rarely, but here's what you're gonna do, okay? So with the printer that you have, you're gonna go up here to where it says global settings. You're gonna go into printer options. What printer do you have?
The DMP RX1.
Okay, let me just so you can see the same thing here. Okay. So the way you actually fix it is by right here to where it says the bleed. You can actually increase this up by 2. See if that fixes your issue. Whenever you increase the bleed, it kind of makes the image fit fully. But if that doesn't fix it, then I try my best not to increase the bleed that much. But I would say try 10. If that doesn't fix it, right here to where it says find adjust, you'll see horizontal and vertical. If it's on the left, it should be negative. So try -3 for your horizontal, for your fine adjust. And that'll shift whatever gets printed out to the left. And hopefully that'll fix your issue. And if it doesn't, and I'm just making sure, did you also take out the paper and ink and put it back in just so it gets the
No.
Okay. Then this, you might not have, okay, sorry. You might not have needed to do this. Just take out your, what I would recommend doing is your printer might just need to be aligned again. So take out the paper, take out the ink and put it right back in again and let the alignment process go on. Try that
Gotcha.
first. And if that doesn't fix it, then remember, change your bleed to 10, try a print. If that doesn't fix it, change the fine adjustment to -3 on horizontal. You can also
Okay,
rewatch
thanks.
this video. Next question is from Leslie. Hi, Leslie. I have the client who wants Doodle on photos. Would you guys recommend this for a wedding? No, for my recommendation, if it's for a wedding, I mean, for me, I don't see a problem with it. It's honestly just, it's your choice. But I don't see a problem with doodling on your own Doodle because it is your own picture. But it's, I don't know. But if it's like the client is the person who's hosting the wedding, then yeah, just go into text, make sure photo doodle is on, which is in review photo, and then enable photo doodle, and then they can start doodling. Pen settings, you can change the color. But I mean, what do y'all guys think? Do you think it's okay to doodle on doodle onto the
wedding?
template? Yeah, on like the wedding templates. Cause it is a wedding.
Yeah, I mean, you
Ye-
can. For me, you can always give that as an option to your client, but not actively doing it. You know, if they just specifically requested for it, I guess.
What do y'all think? You think it's okay to doodle on a template for a wedding?
Mostly no.
It's mostly no.
Yeah, I think mostly no. I guess
Uh,
I
except
feel
the
like it might
signature
look
thing.
tacky, no?
it might
That's
look.
why I was like, I don't know if they really want that. Because what if it look? Because she wants to the photos for like a photo book. She wants to make later.
Oh wait. Oh, are you talking about like
Oh,
actually write
the-
onto like a photo book?
No, so she wants instead of writing in a photo book, she wants people to doodle on the actual photo, and then when it prints, she wants 2x6s. So when it prints, she wants me to save one photo where they doodled on it for her, and she's gonna make a photo book after.
oh,
Does that make sense?
gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah.
does.
I
But I
do
was
know
like,
that.
I think it might be better if they write in a book, not on the photo, because I think it's gonna mess up the photo. No?
Yeah, except of course, if you specifically placed a space for that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so
Like
she
let's say,
only wants one photo on the 2x6
Mhm,
template. So I was thinking of leaving a big enough gap where they can doodle
mhm.
on it.
Well,
But I'm just like, I don't know how nice that's gonna come out.
again,
Yeah.
you can give them the option. So here's what. So let's say you do have the photo doodle, right?
Okay.
So they have like their own, like the whole princess has like the doodles and such like that. It'll be on the original print. Then what you could do is just go to wrap up. Well, no, I think I could force it to where it says, do you see where it says save output in your output? If you click it,
Yeah.
oh no, it doesn't force it. Yeah, sorry. You're gonna go to wrap up, copy original images. And here you can actually force the template on all the original images. So you can actually have like one set of doodles and one set of like blank, maybe.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you can still keep the original template without it, or or if you make another template that actually has like some signature or like the date, you know what I mean? You
Mhm.
could
Yeah.
change that template with the original photos and just choose that template for like a second one and
Okay.
just choose where it saves. And yeah, so that's what you could do. Have the doodle option, have them doodle, then have like a second one of the original images and have that like with your own custom template or like one that has a date.
Oh yeah.
You might be able to charge more for that actually because you're doing more work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And then she only wants one picture on the 2x6. Would you guys recommend that? Because it's
No,
like super zoomed
It'll
in.
look
I'm
no,
weird.
just-
no.
it doesn't look
Oh.
nice.
It has to be four. It has to be 4x6. The 2x6, it would look too small. It wouldn't look very good. So for
Yeah.
one picture by
Did a
itself,
2x6 one, and they don't look too bad, but you can only get one person in there.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I noticed. It was like I did with two people and it looked super squished. And then it was just zoomed in. Because I did make the
Yeah.
square big to fit the 2x6 template, but I was just
Uh-huh.
this
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
look
it'll zoom in, yeah.
I mean, again, you are you're your own boss. I would say you should recommend the customer that's not going to look good. Tell her straight up, like it's too small, it won't fit. Show her a preview, like an example, and then she'll switch over to 4x6 if she wants one picture.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Thank
Uh,
you.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I was gonna do, but I was like, let me see if there's a way around this to make it actually look nice. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you agree, I'll tell her. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Alright.
just one photo on 2x6 won't really work for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, so that was your second question. Next one is from Lyric. I'm just gonna go through these quick. How do you transfer a Darkroom template to your photo booth Darkroom? The file only transfers as an internet file, not a template file. Oh, it transfers.
Oh, I think
Oh, that's just like
one
a
of the
normal.
reason no, I
Huh?
think one of the reasons why Lyric that you're experiencing this is because if you're going to a website and then you're saving it as an internet file, that may be the reason why. And not an image, not a JPEG or a PNG. That's why it's showing as an internet file and not really like an
No,
image.
but no, she's just like she's trying to transfer like a Darkroom template, so like an official template that she made probably from her computer to like the photo boost darkroom.
Oh, gotcha.
So, okay, I'm gonna show y'all one thing that you shouldn't do. Okay, so again, so let's say, again, always have Darkroom open for this, but get your USB ready, plug it into your main computer, then go to this PC, X drive, boost templates. Now, whatever you name that template, drag that into your USB. Now, if you put it back into your Darkroom, but it shows like an internet icon, it's not an internet icon. You just set it to a default by accident. But what I mean by that is, let's say I double click this
Oh, yeah.
XBDR, and
More
let's say
apps.
I set it to Firefox or Internet Explorer,
Uh-huh.
then you'll see these images all change to Internet Explorer. But it's
Yeah.
not an Internet Explorer image. It's actually an XBDR file. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
that
it's just
makes
whatever you set it
sense.
to an open to like the internet. You might have done that on accident. Again, it happens. But no, the way you transfer it is we also have an article for this. I don't have like one for, well, I guess the output template one counts. It's the same thing. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't have one. That's interesting. But it will be the same way as you transfer a screen template, but instead of, I would say, Pao, if you could post this article. So in this video, it's the exact same way, but just instead of like clicking on the boost screens folder, you go to your boost templates folder. So you boost
Mhm.
screens, boost templates. So you go into your boost templates folder and just put whatever file you have on that USB into here. This PC, X drive, boost templates. Drag it into here. And now it will pop up in Darkroom. It should be an XBDR file. But if it shows as an internet file, you might have just set it to that as a default, but it's not an internet file, it's an XBDR file. All right, we're almost to the bottom of the list. We had a lot of questions today.
Yeah.
It's an
Most
extra,
questions, actually, I think.
yeah, it's an extra long one. It's fine. Then the chow, okay, so say the customer liked the photos they took, they wanted in a photo, wait, what? So say the customer liked 3 photos they took, they want, oh, okay, say a customer likes the 3 photos they took, they want it in a strip photo size and the GIF. Can it be sent at the same time? It cannot. We already went through that. Correct. Watch the video and it doesn't work for me when I transfer the template to either my. Wait, what? I got mixed up. Was this from before? Or these just comments from before? When I transfer
Yeah,
the template to either my Chloe or LED booth, it only comes as an internet file. Oh, lyric. Oh yeah, we just.
Yeah, she's there.
Yeah, now we just talk about that. But lyric, if you still are having the problem after checking out the video of the article and stuff like that, and just remember, instead of boost screens, it's boost templates. If you're still having that issue, send us a support ticket to support@photoboothint.com and we'll get that figured out right away. Next one is from Juanita. My Twilio isn't working when I choose the text option, but if I click the email, I only receive the GIF, but no photo. Okay. My Twilio isn't working when I choose the text option. So again, to make sure that your Twilio is working perfect, click on photo to phone, make sure that the image size is set to medium size. And let's say if you set up your, how to say it, if you have enable animations on, but you don't have like a, let's say it's not a GIF booth, but you probably have it from like an event you copied it, make sure enable animations is off if you don't have a GIF session set up. Or, oh, that also make sure if you go into video settings, make sure that boomerang is set to off. And yeah, just make sure those 2 options are set to off. If it's not a GIF booth that you set up, make sure those 2 options are off. That's also for your photo email. If it's if you click on photo email and enable animations is also off because you're not doing a GIF session, then yeah, just make sure those 2 are off. So if you're not doing a GIF, just a normal session that takes photos, make sure that boomerang, go to your video options, make sure boomerang is set to off. Make sure your photo email animations is also set to off. Same for photo to phone. If you're not doing a GIF session, make sure that's what's going on and make sure that your image size is set to medium. But if you're trying to do both, remember you put your template in your video settings where it says template. Don't put it in the other spot in the photo to phone animations. Next one, I put the boost first, then foam, then base, the foam, then stand. I believe, hey, Pal, do we have I thought we had a setup video for the white tie for the road case, right?
Yeah, I believe we do.
If you can Yeah, no, yeah, we do. I would say post that article as well in here. Hopefully that could help out Linda's situation. Because honestly, for me, I never had issues putting in the booth into the foam. I didn't find any issues with it, but hopefully that fixes your issue. You have to remove ink rolls, yeah. Always remember to remove your ink and paper. No problem at all. The screen, before transporting. At like any time. Nadia Gaynor, the screen isn't clearly visible. My question is, I created a template for an event, but when I started my booth, a different template showed up. What did I do wrong? For Nadia, again, I don't know what you mean by your screen didn't pop up. Just make sure you click on screens and you set it to whatever screen that is. If it didn't pop up, then what I would say is actually send us a Loom video showing this just so I can confirm it. But send us a Loom to support@photoboothint.com and we'll see what do you mean by that. Can't have that thing pop up. But yeah, just send us a Loom to support@photoboothint, Nadia. How do I get a slideshow to play? All right. So for the slideshow, it's been a quick second, honestly. I haven't did slideshow in a minute. I should remember. So if you want a slideshow to play, there is, go to your slideshow tab. Oh, my bad. And right here to where it says custom, you're going to click on enable slideshow. Thanks. And here you just go through like down the things. There's a transition effect, how you want it to transition. I believe they have like a fade in, fade out. Stuff like this. They want the pictures to go through, music, stuff like that. But the main thing you're gonna look at is where to display. You can display it on a secondary monitor. If you plug in a monitor to your booth, a second monitor, you can set that up. Or if you have like an iPad or a tablet, a big tablet that you have to spare, you could use booth control. So if you go to global settings, have booth control on. I do not have it on. And scan that code and you're connected to the same Wi-Fi. If the booth and your tablet is connected to the same Wi-Fi, you can actually set up a slideshow onto that tablet and it could just be like a side thing so people can look at it. It's pretty cool. But that's if you want to do it through your tablet. From here, this is where you choose your monitor. If you have a second monitor that you connected to your PC, you can just select the monitor B. Since I only have one monitor right now, it'll just be monitor A.
I want to
Or
play the slideshow on the booth, so when it's not in use, it shows all the pictures from the event.
right here on where it says slideshow, it says display slideshow between booth sessions, so the attract mode. So if you have attract mode on and all that, you should be able to see that. Actually, I haven't messed with during the sessions. If this did you already try this setting? I haven't really played with this too much. Normally it's just on the
I just
second one.
put it on basic, and that's the only button I ever put it on with basic. But
Oh,
nothing ever showed.
go to custom and right here where it says display slideshow between booth sessions, attract mode, and try that. I wonder if that would fix it here.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh
try
yeah,
it.
here it is. Yeah. So I don't have any pictures here, but I'm pretty sure you can edit that to look a lot more better. Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's how you do it. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. And again, here you can test out that you get background music, how it looks, display text, the background color if you don't like black. You can also add a picture, background graphic, stuff like that. Just look through the whole thing to set up your slideshow. How do we set the printer to cut a 4x6 with no trim left? Already answered that. Just make sure you have your bleed or the fine and just realign your booth printer. Oof. How do you see the photo after they take each photo on the mirror booth between animation? So Marvin, I did already show that. So that's the one where if you watch back in the video in the Darkroom support, when you get to the mirror booth sample template update, download the mirror booth V. And we also do have an article for this. I do remember this actually. Pretty sure I have an article for this. If it doesn't work, oh, here it is. Pao, can you send the Darkroom FAQ ones? On the third one on the FAQ, it says, how do I add preview images to my mirror booth? Here, it will show how to add those preview images. It also talks about times and such. So the third question on the Darkroom FAQs in our article, and that should talk about how to set that up. But it's just main thing is you download the sample template update, it'll be set up. And the main thing to keep in mind is the timing. If you want the preview image to display longer, you would just have to change the between photos, change this number to how many seconds you would like. So that's how you can have that preview image pop up longer. Keep that in mind. Elizabeth Hernandez, how can we get more color? Oh, sorry about that. How do we get more colors for the font? Oh my, let me close this.
Not sure if color is possible.
Yeah, I don't even know. Honestly, I'm just trying to see. Oh wait, no, yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, you
So
can.
yeah, you can use hues. So right here in the text color where it says RGB is the main
RGB.
thing. So the main thing to go for is go into Google, type in color picker RGB. Try and get the values. But yeah, as you see, you can find a specific one. Let's say I like a very light thing. Here's your RGB. So it's 147, 230, 220. So I already forgot the number.
147,
Thank you. 147,
220.
220, 230. There it is.
Yeah.
And now I got that specific color I liked using the color picker that Google has actually. So right here in the RGB values, that's how you find the perfect color that you would like. Golden. I like doodling. And
That yeah,
all
that
right.
pretty much covers our darkroom training today. Quite long for sure.
no, it was great. I had a good time.
Lots of questions from everyone. But again, for anyone who has questions that we're not able to answer, do send us a Loom video, support at photoboothint.com. If you have any questions, you can always text us, call us, 469-273-1876. Again, we do have warranties available still. 2 years, you can pay $250 for 4 installments for anyone who doesn't have them yet.
Mhm. And just remember, everyone have a great day. And even for future darkroom trainings or even the Facebook posts, just post your questions, no matter how small or big. Just go ahead and ask us anytime.
And of course, one more thing, just a reminder for anyone who wants to look back on this video, it'll be uploaded on Facebook, so you can follow the instructions. Thank you very much, everyone.
Have a great day, y'all. Bye.
Have a good evening.
All
Bye-bye.
right, thank you, bye.
Thank you, guys.